Hey everybody, Crystal Kitsune here. And I know I just did a Minecraft video about a week ago, and you're like wondering, why the hell are we doing Minecraft again? Actually, it's gonna be a little less gameplay and more of a kind of like, tour, I guess you could say. There is a multiplayer server that I go into. They were doing some heavy renovations as of late, so nobody was able to go into it. A couple like last year, sometime early last year, and I was in the server, and I was a moderator in the server for a while. But it's the Rockville server. It's rockville.mcph.co. I think I said that right. But we'll see. We'll see it. The name of it. It's the server that Rockstar Tragedy and Act Cat originally started way back when. It's the server that MySkirm, aka Bob, Markiplier's friend, goes into on occasion. I found the server because of Bob, and I went into the server, met some really, really nice people. You know, got to talk with the owners, and they were all really, really friendly. And I asked if they needed any moderators, and at the time they did, so I applied and I was made a moderator. But that was many, many, many months ago, and then I like kind of drifted out of Minecraft, so I left the job of moderator. But I still like the server. I went in a couple of times like before like a lot of the updates happened, but they just updated to 1.11.2, I think. They had to do like a really big heavy overhaul because every time they do an update, they have to scrap all the builds and everything from the previous servers, and then like rebuild. So that's what was taking them so long the last time, was because not only did the owner have to comply with the new rules that Minecraft has put out for public servers, like they can't charge people for perks in game. They can only charge for other. I don't think they can charge or whatever. I don't know the whole story. I didn't read like the actual rules, but he had to comply with those, and then he had to rebuild like all the server stuff because they did an update. So then they had to start over from scratch. So I'm going to quit talking. I'm going to go ahead and go into the server, and I'm going to walk around because I don't have flying capabilities. And I'm going to show you the server. And then I'm going to show you like the spawn area, and then I'll go ahead and show my build in the server. And then that probably will be it for this episode. And I will leave a link in the description of the server name because it's not actually displayed up here. It just says Rockville, and it's now 1.11.2, and there's 17 people in here, so we're going to go ahead and go in. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Join server. So, like, they're all really nice people. I'm going to go ahead and go to spawn, because you can see, like, a ice golem over there. So you'll spawn into this, train, essentially. And it says, "Welcome to Rockville. Please read the rules as you head towards the end of the train." So you read through all the rules, like, you know, how you're supposed to. No griefing or raiding, no trolling, no begging, no legal mods, do not exploit, respect all the players, you know, all that kind of stuff. You can read through them if you join the server yourself. And here is the outside of the train. It's like a train station. And you just drop down and you go up the stairs, and it's daytime, so that's good. It doesn't look like it's raining. So you come up, and there's a fence here, and you click that. Come on, click the fence. I'll click the button. Okay, why the fuck is it not working? There. This touchpad is like so super touchy. They added the alpacas slash llamas in the server now. So now you'll be hearing old men sounding like they're trying to hawk a loogie. So now we got all these little shops and stuff. There's a jail, It looks like there's a record store over there. There's a bank. There's a potion shop with a polar bear in it. That must be the shopkeeper, a polar bear. And then there is the... Okay, there's this, which is just says potion. Does it say potion shop? No, it just says that. Okay, it says Al Bundy's clothing and shoe store. That's kind of creepy. Bob's barber shop, 15 cents a haircut. They also have it to where you can make up your own. I think they still have it. I think that's what they said. That it's like a user shops. Like you can make your own shop and whatnot. So here is, that is where all the mods work, is over here, because this is the shop that, or the place that they had. And this is the moderators. You've got Kitty Cat ASMR YouTube, I guess. Moderator / guard Whimsic, Vonnie, Illusion, Miss Lana, and then the Rockstar Tragedy as the conductor or owner / owner. He's a really nice guy. He's really helpful. He's in the server a lot. So it's not like he goes in and then, you know, does a bunch of work and then leaves it to the moderators. He's actually very, he comes in and does stuff with people, or for people, or helps out. And so he's an active part of the community. And this is Bob's head. This is, where you will go if you subscribe to Bob on his Twitch channel, and then you can go into this world. I don't think a lot of people go into that world right now, so there's not really anybody going in there. And I think these are the shops that you can buy. There's Potato Puss Potatoes shop, user-owned shops, I believe. And there's like looks like a museum. And then the bank is up here. Oh, that's the bank. Where you can turn your stuff in for other stuff. I think that's how it works. You could put 5 iron ingots in and get 1 gold ingot. So, example, 5 iron ingots. And you get 2 iron, or 2 gold for an emerald, for 2 emeralds, or 2 gold for 1 emerald. I cannot speak. And you get 5 emeralds for 1 diamond, and then 10 diamonds for a super gold apple. So that's pretty neat how they did that. But they had to reconstruct all of this back because it was a lot bigger than this. The place where you spawned in at was an elaborately constructed, like, multi-tiered building that they constructed. And it was like, probably took, or somebody, I think they, oh, I cannot speak today. Somebody made it for them and then they used it. I created a building for them once, and actually I'd made 2 buildings. I made the building where it was a shop, like a store, but then I guess they decided that they didn't need a store, and everything's like, you can be at your house if you want to and sell stuff, which makes it a lot easier and less laggy, because that kind of stuff leads to lag. Then you've got, looks like a floral shop, if you want to buy some Vonnie's flower garden. So you can buy flowers, I guess, there. And then there's a Ruby, like Ruby Tuesdays or something, like a diner or whatever. So yeah, there's a bunch of different little shops and things here. They're kind of mostly aesthetic, except for you can get carpet here, you can get jewelry there, cakes there, and that's a JoJo something or other. And then they have a quest system. I haven't actually checked out the quest system yet, so I'm not quite sure what that's about. And they got Buddy's Plant Shop. I'm not sure what that building is, but like I said, I haven't actually checked out the quests. Actually, this kind of looks like the jail, like used to be jail. Look, there's a horsey in there. Hey, horsey. Oh, there's a jail over there. Okay, so this is a different building. So we got this well has this stuff, magic stuff called water. So now they have like these NPC characters where you can get quests from, I guess. So that's cool. Library. So yeah, you can come in here and I guess click on the person and they'll give you quests. It was something similar that me and my friend did on our RPG server. We kind of had the same thing. And also, like, on our Pixelmon server, we also had sort of a, it was a Pixelmon server, but it also had quests and stuff in it. So, like, what you could do is, like, you know, catch Pokemon and do all the other kind of stuff. But there was also a thing where you could, I lost my train of thought. There was also a questing system. So there was like a story based around it all. But it was Pokemon based also. You know, like it mentioned people, Pokemon people, you know, from gym leaders and scientists and things like that. So yeah, I mean it had its own story and it had its own little quirky thing. It didn't last too long, mainly because it was partially my fault, I guess, because I added somebody to the administrators list who went and fucked up like a big part of our thing. We had an underwater gym town/gym where each gym had like kind of like a puzzle that you had to figure out to get to the end, and then the person would be there to fight. So we had certain people that were coming in and trying out to be gym leader and all that. But we had the underwater one, and then we had like this secret tunnel that led to a Naga's cave, and then you had to defeat the Nagas, and then the Naga King at the end, and then you got, if you beat like there was like 4 mega bosses, and if you beat all 4 of them, then you got like a very big prize. So it wasn't just all about Pokemon, it was also about other things too. But this person that I added into from another Pixelmon server, because that one was pretty much dead, he came in and, you know, I had been talking to him for a while, and he was like messing with the controls, and then he ended up making everything that was in a certain radius of him die. Like, he killed off certain things in a radius. So that meant everything that was in the underwater cave, or underwater city, and then the whole, like, planned out Naga cave was destroyed too. And my friend who owned, you know, and paid for the server was pissed off. He was pissed off at me, but he was also pissed off at this guy. And he was pissed off at the fact that all this hard work, like, got destroyed. So he was pissed off, and he was like, okay, fine. He didn't tell me this, but he basically just said, fuck it, I'm not going to have anything to do with the server anymore. So I would go into the server, and I would be like, hey, you know, what's going on? And he's all like, you know, people were in here asking for help and all that. And he's all like, I don't want to be in there anymore. Like, I don't want to do all that work to just have it be destroyed. So basically he just said fuck it, and, you know, didn't want to have anything to do with the server anymore. So I'm going to teleport to my first home. The second one is in the town that Bob just created today. So this is where we were at before when I first came in, and there's Snow Golem number 1. But this is my little house. It's built on the top of a mountain. There's a person over there with a ship and some other things. And then I've got a little farm down there. I've got 3 of those snow golems, unless one of them got shot and killed. So there's one in the house, and there should be another one around the corner. So it's got this whole big old, like, long, like, fall to your death kind of height on the other side over there. If you fall from that high of a thing, you die. So I guess one of my golems got killed, unless he can climb. Oh, he can climb stairs. So he's up here. In this server, they also added this plugin that's about fruit trees and bushes and stuff. So you can, like, this is a peach tree. You can see the peaches popping off the side. This here, I think, was an apple tree or a pomegranate tree. And this is a pineapple. You just right click on it and it will pop off the thing and then keep the bush. And then this one is, I'm not quite sure what you do with the fruit yet, but there's apparently something that you can do with them. I'm just not sure what yet. I mean, there's like recipes and stuff that you can make. So there's a cranberry, a raspberry, a pineapple, and then of course your regular like melons and things and pumpkins. But here's the view from my house. So there's Melodic Musings over there with her ship, and then that's my farm there. I got some sheep going on. It's a really nice server. It's like I said, the owner like takes care of it. He moderately, or comes in moderately. I mean, he also is a YouTuber, so he does YouTube and streams a lot. So he's got that to do also, but he's in the server as much as he can. He helps out. You know, he's very good at running the server, and he has for years. So take a look at the server if you're interested in looking for a multiplayer server. It's really really nice, and like I said, the people are really nice. They really enforce the rules, and if anybody starts making a fuss about if starts complaining, they'll handle the situation and usually rectify any situation that happens to arise. So yeah, I mean, this is Rockville. There's not really much to show other else in this particular server. I mean, I showed you the main area, which is kind of small compared to how it was. There was, like I said, a bigger, it was a lot bigger to start with, but then it had to be downsized because reopening, they wanted to open it as soon as possible, but they also wanted to have a starter area spawn, so that's how it works. Because setting up, and I know this from experience, setting up a multiplayer server, if you want it to have stuff and rules and things like that, is not easy. Me and my friend took the better part of it, maybe a month and a half, like every day, constantly building up to at least like 9 or 10 different towns in that Pixelmon server that I mentioned, where we were, scouting out areas and, building up the Pokemon Center, the Pokemart, the gym, and, then figuring out all the, like, intertwining quests and stuff. So yeah, it was a pain in the ass. And so I commend, Tom here, who owns the server, for doing a really good job of keeping this thing going. It's hard work. So I really appreciate, all the stuff that he does. Oh, this is my little farm down here. It was actually a stairway that went down further, but I decided to mine away from the house, or make a mine away from the house. So I just closed all of that extra space up and put a farm down there, and then you saw the farm up, or the trees up on the ceiling. But this is my little place. It's not that big. I mean, I had a large, like, 3-story house the very first time I went into this server. It was kind of like decorated like a cake. It kind of looked like a layer cake because it was like one type of thing and then another type of thing and then another type of thing, and it was like, it looked like a layer cake, so it was kind of funny looking. But I had all that space and I didn't really need all that space. So, and then I had like a bunny farm in the back, and then I had even further back a horse stable, and then even off to the further off that way, off that way, it was like a underground, like a waterfall with a cave behind it and a tree going up the. It was really elaborate. I had a lot of time and a lot of space, because what's cool about this particular server is that they have claim blocks. Like, you get a golden shovel. I forgot to mention this, but you get a golden shovel, and you get 100 blocks for however many hours you play, and it's continuous. So the more you play, the more blocks that you get that you can claim. And by that, I mean, like, you claim an area and then nobody else can wreck your shit. You know, like, if you don't come in after, like, a month, then it kind of expires and then people can come and raid your stuff. But if you're consistent and you come in all the time and you're building and you're playing and you're doing all this stuff, that will protect your stuff. It will keep, I mean, other players from coming in and opening your doors, because they can't. Won't be able to kill any of your animals, won't be able to open your chests, won't be able to do anything. So they won't be able to grief you or anything like that. So that's really cool. And I like the fact that you get more as you go along. So, like, I started, like, with 100, and then, like, I played for 5 hours, and then I had 500. So, I mean, it's kind of, like, you don't think it's gonna take forever, but once you get into the game, it's like time just flies just like that. So 5 hours will pass like by nothing, by like no time at all. So time does fly when you're playing this game. I know, because I was sitting here all day from 5 o'clock until right up before recording on this server, looking for a freaking desert. So yeah, I spent the better part of like 5 or so hours looking for a fucking desert. I was doing some other things, like the first part of it, I was actually looking for flowers, and then I was looking for a desert. So like maybe 2 hours for the flowers and 2 hours for a desert. But time passes by really quickly when you're playing this game. So 500 blocks is nothing, but it continues on, and you can make multiple claims. So you can get like 5 different houses if you wanted, in different locations. I just happened to go out from spawn and plunk down here because they had just reopened it, so it wasn't full of places yet, and I decided to build next to another player, but far enough away to where I wasn't like encroaching, but my own secret place, or not secret, but my own little place on top of the mountain, which is fine for me because I like the view, and the sunsets are really pretty. Especially if you got it like on max, and then there's like, oh, you know, like the graphics are like amazing. But anyway, that's going to be it for the tour. If you're interested in playing this server, I highly suggest it. I'll leave the link, the server IP address in the link, or in the description below. So all you have to do is copy and paste, and, you know, check it out for yourself, because it's a really good server, and there's cannot English today. A lot of really nice people, and the owner is really nice. So, and once in a while, my screen pops in with his wife, so it's pretty fun. So I suggest that you check it out if you're interested. Cannot English today. Blah. If you're interested in playing a Minecraft server, a public Minecraft server, check this one out. So that's gonna be it for today or tonight. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a like and share with your friends. Be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Also, be sure to check out my website down below. It's in the description. And if you go over onto this side, there will be a video that YouTube suggests that you check out. Here in the center will be a picture with my face on it. You can go there and click there and go and subscribe if you haven't done that yet. And over there will be a link to merchandise. If you want a merch shirt or a tote bag, you can click on that and go there and get one of those 2 things that I just mentioned. I'm sorry for the lack of, like, you know, smarts, and I sound like der because I'm not Englishing really good today. But I slept in today, and I had a headache most of the day, so I'm just kind of like recovering from that. So my speech and things like that are kind of like, woo, you know. Okay, so thanks again, and I'll see everybody next time. Bye-bye.